One hockey team in Canada that I have really no idea what they should do this offseason is the Vancouver Canucks. I'm puzzled with which way they should go. Are they going to be forced into a rebuild that they kind of just have to do? They have no choice. Maybe, Quinn Hughes pulls their hand or something and forces them into a trade that they don't want to make. They've already lost JT Miller. Their coach is now gone. This season has been really wild. So there's a couple of different situations going on with the Canucks. Do you try to compete for the next couple of seasons and hope Quinn Hughes resigns? Do you try to start the rebuild right now, possibly trade him? I'm not exactly sure what they should do. This is the one where when it comes to the Ottawa Senators, I think that they should trade picks and go for it, in my opinion. The Montreal Canadiens, hey, they have a good young core. You might as well start to try to compete now. But the Vancouver Canucks are a team that I just have no idea what they should actually do. I'm leaning towards not necessarily a rebuild. However, what I think that should happen is if they think Quinn Hughes is not going to re-sign, if that is true, they should probably look to trade him now. I would prefer just to re-sign him, but that doesn't mean that it's actually going to happen. And one of the positions that Vancouver really need, especially with Filip Chytil's health looking questionable and Elias Pettersson, is their center position. This is something that they're going to have to address this season. And now we have rumors of Dylan Larkin possibly being on the trade block in general. He is a center that I personally really, really like. And the article we're going to be reading off is, could Dylan Larkin be headed to the Vancouver Canucks? Trade rumors are heating up. As the NHL offseason heats up, the Dylan Larkin rumors are starting to gain serious traction in Vancouver. After a disappointing 24-25 campaign that saw the Canucks miss the mark on making the playoffs, Team Brass is reportedly looking at ways to retool the roster. And one name that's caught the attention of both insiders and fans alike is Dylan Larkin. Again, he's a really, really, really good and underrated center. The article continues. According to the Canucks insider Ben Kuzma of The Province, Vancouver could be willing to part with their 2025 first-round pick, which sits at 15th overall. They didn't go up and they didn't go down in the lottery, so whatever. In an effort to acquire a proven top-line center, Kuzma argues that questions surrounding Elias Pettersson's reliability down the middle and Filip Chytil's ongoing injury concerns make acquiring a durable veteran center a priority. That actually does make sense. So here's the thing. Even if they're not going to go for a full rebuild right now, it actually might make sense to get a center in. You need somebody to play center. I personally really, really like Filip Chytil, but he has a lot of questions, especially around his concussion history, that really genuinely worries me. Not just for the team getting a center, but for the player's health in general. The article continues. The 28-year-old forward had a strong season for the Red Wings, but has reportedly expressed frustration with Detroit's lack of urgency at the NHL trade deadline. Despite being in a playoff hunt, General Manager Yzerman made minimal moves, leading some to speculate that Larkin may be rethinking his long-term commitment, even though he's under contract until 2031 with a full no-trade clause. Again, I kind of understand where players are coming from here. He's been around. He's not seen a lot of success there. It might make sense for him to move on. You might be able to get him out of there just for a change of scenery. Sometimes a lot of players do get really genuinely sick of just the same nonsense over and over again. You're always going to lose every single year. That's really difficult to deal with as a competitive NHL player. The article continues. From a trade perspective, prying Larkin out of Motown wouldn't be easy, as Kuzma noted. The Canucks would likely need to offer more than just their first-round pick. A realistic package could include a roster player, a Höglander, something like that, plus a prospect like Lekkerimäki. But even then, Larkin would have to waive his no-trade clause, and there's been no formal indication from his camp that he's interested in leaving Detroit. Again, just because he is frustrated doesn't necessarily mean anything. in terms of that he is going to leave. But here's the thing. We've seen that happen with the Leafs. Like Austin Matthews really wanted the Leafs to go out there and acquire some players for the Leafs, for example. It's worked out for them so far. They're in the second round of the playoffs. So I think that maybe he just really is getting sick of not competing. But that doesn't necessarily mean he wants to leave Detroit for sure. I've speculated on this player for quite a while that he might actually be. I think that he is a player that is eventually going to waive his no trade clause. I mean, think about it this way from Dylan Larkin's point of view. From 2015 and 2016 with the Detroit Red Wings, he has played 5 games in the NHL playoffs, okay? He scored 1 goal and played like 14 minutes time on ice. If you are any competitive NHL player, that has got to be killing you. It's just true. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how can you not feel for the guy? So I'm telling you, I don't think it's impossible to pry him out of there. They would still have Quinn Hughes. Hopefully they can re-sign Quinn Hughes, that is. They'd still have Elias Pettersson. I think that Pettersson is going to have a much better season this next season. I don't think that he is what he showed this season. And then you bring in Dylan Larkin. I really think that this is a player that can add a lot to Detroit. I mean, let's be real. He's a really good player. He has 70 points in 82 games, 69 points in 68 games, and he's pretty much been a point per game player for the last 3 years, although he was a little bit under a point per game. He plays 20 minutes a game. He's a veteran guy. I mean, this is a player I would probably jump all over if I was the Canucks. I want to know what you guys think, though. Do you guys think that the Vancouver Canucks should actually go for a rebuild? Should they stick it out? This is one Canadian team that I really have no idea. I know I usually have a concise kind of idea of where I want a team to go, but for Vancouver, they've just been such a train wreck. They've been such a train wreck this year that I don't know exactly where they should go completely, but hey, that's just my opinion. Give me yours. If you guys can make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that, guys, and make sure to have a great day. Goodbye, guys.